Hi guys, and welcome back again. It's me, Fruit Guru. I hope you're all doing well. And I'm really kind of blasting these videos out recently, and I think that's mostly due to how much I'm enjoying the game right now. I did a few weeks back after the two raids that were in fairly close succession, kind of take a break for about 10 days. I still did all my dailies, as I said, and all that, but I wasn't as into it, and I got a little bit burnt out. But as I said, I think taking a break when you're in that kind of situation, it's really good because now I'm obviously really hyped for the game again. I've been really enjoying it and doing everything, and generally I just feel like my game health is a lot better off this way. So with that said, I'm actually going to start doing my daily arena runs as much as, or I'm going to put them up here as much as I can. There's obviously a few days where I'm not here, so I have to do everything on the phone. But for this kind of content, or for the days I can, I'm going to throw it up anyway because I think people like watching arena stuff. I know I do anyway, and I particularly enjoy it when there's a bit of kind of voice going on in the background and explanation as to why people do what. So, if you're actually making videos like this, by all means, post a link in my comments. I don't mind if it's this kind of thing because I kind of like to watch that anyway. And although I filter War of the Visions stuff I actually filter it every day by day and hour because I like to watch everything to do with War of the Visions, which is a bit sad maybe. But I sometimes I miss like smaller content creators like me because obviously we're not featured up at the top or anything. So if you're kind of in that boat, by all means, share your link on my channel. I'd love to take a look. I won't be treating it as spam or anything like that. So to jump back into this, not too many changes since the last time we did this yesterday. I did, however, notice I made a little bit of a boo-boo, and that's that I put out Delita with move +1, which actually probably worked out well for us in some situations, but there's a lot of situations where it doesn't work out well, because Delita basically takes the front line over my tank, and whereas he's not squishy, I have Warrior of a Light on the team for a reason. So yeah, I've kind of knocked this back into Holy Knight's protection, which I've obviously taken. Oh, whoops! I've obviously taken over self-sacrifice because I'm starting to go after magic teams now a good bit with this new setup, and I don't want to actually have less magic resistance than I already do on Delita, because I think that's actually going to make the difference between Mediana's being able to one-shot me if they get a Cosmo Plume in or not. So it's not really worth it. But we're not missing out any damage because, we only had the move +1. So not too much is going to change. If anything, it's going to be a little bit safer, which is nice. Although, to be honest, we didn't really need safe if yesterday was anything to go by, but who knows. It was day one of the reset. We are in the top 1,000 at the moment, which isn't great, but, we're fighting kind of similar teams, I guess. Like everyone's kind of 99 or fairly close at this point with decent gear. The only other thing is I'm going to go back on something that I said here, and that is Ildyra's ulti or her limit burst. And I kind of was saying that like I didn't think it was worth. I didn't think it was worth it. But back then I had a lot less starting AP. I didn't know the unit as well, so I'm going to kind of rescind what I said, and I don't think this is going to necessarily make a huge difference. But I'm thinking about it, and it's going to get my Warrior of Light to run out just that little bit faster, maybe ahead of the opponent's team. So I kind of like that a little bit, and I'll tell you why. Because a lot of other tanks, specifically Warrior of Light tanks, they have stuff like shift attack turned on, and what that means is if my tank goes first and runs out ahead, they'll actually shift attack into my tank, and they won't use their hate buff, and they won't get the defense and spirit bonus or whatever. So I think that's actually going to be pretty handy to have. I've noticed it happen just when my tank's agility has been higher, but it's not guaranteed. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually take Spellblade off, and I might regret doing this, but we're all learning, right? So if it's a small brain move, we'll live with the consequences. And I'm going to turn her limit burst back on. And we'll see how this works. It is only level 11, but we are, as I've said in the last few videos, at level 87, so we get the divisible by 3 boost on it, so that'll hopefully help us a little bit. So I think we're going to jump in, have a quick look at our potential opponents, and try and get close to the top 100 for the week. Let's see. Agrius teams I feel a little bit more confident on. So this is actually a nice team to fight. Well, it's actually a terrifying team in a lot of ways. Agrius is really good, Warrior of Light is really good, and Delita is really good. However, I have a Delita going up against an Agrius. And I have said before that this is not a necessary win condition because it often comes down to status effects afflicted. But we also have our water against their fire. So we countered them on two fronts, which is, really good. Their stats are pretty high. I actually want to check their vision cards because I'm really bad at doing this. And so yeah, you can see their Delita's got the bells. Yeah, they've got some really good stuff actually. To be honest with you, this could be hard, but we'll try it. Odin, worth mentioning that although this is a really good card, most of our damage actually comes from AoE attacks, so they're not going to get the party effect too much, besides from my Warrior of Light's attacks. So I think this is a cool one to go for. We'll give it a try anyway, and if it goes terribly, I've only got myself to blame, right? So, okay. Oh, our music's not playing, so let's start that back up. Right. So again, sorry for the load times. Let's see how we go. This is a This is a team that I would not have fought before I got Ildyra. Just worth noting, I think. And he uses the bells on his Delita. I don't have the bells, so maybe I'm biased, but I don't particularly need them. Once I have Mediana's TMR, you can see I've got 94 AP going into battle, so I think that's pretty fair. And my Ildyra just made very, very short work of their Delita, and also their tank got pretty chunked. So we were kind of lucky. Actually, not even lucky. I mean, this is just a decent team against a team that we can fight against. And you can see today Ildyra is really starting to put in the work. So I'm quite happy with that. That was a nice starting match, and we didn't take an easy win. We took a pretty decent team. We did have the element advantage, as I discussed, but if you're not taking advantage of that on your climb, then you're not really using everything you have, So I don't think that's too cheap. Okay, so I'll go pause this while I'll mosey around for another opponent, and we'll see what we come up with. Okay, so we're going to go for the top guy here, Austenite. Let's just check his VCs really quickly. So he's very, very damage focused, extremely so actually. And their Ayaka actually has this, but I don't think that's... Well, it might help her, but we'll see. Kind of similar setup to me. He's got the Kaleido Moon. He's obviously got the TMR because he doesn't want Delita to use anything else. But I think we can take this. I have just shifted my Ildyra over to counter the Delita. And we should... well, it could go either way, but they don't have a dedicated tank, so it's looking promising. Let's pray. The thing is, once you get up to this level, this isn't even really whale level yet as well, but a lot of people have a lot of good stuff, so teams that you beat maybe a few hundred leagues down suddenly become really, really dangerous. And as well, they do have the counter with Orlando against my Ildyra, but I do have the benefit of trying to take out their Delita with mine, so that should be promising. And we should, next turn, actually do quite a lot of damage. I think to the two of them. And we'll bait out the Ayaka ult. So it's only the one, but, we crush their Delita pretty easily. It just shows, he's terrifying, and I rave about him. I think he's really great, but at the end of the day, if he can't do anything, he's not going to be much good. And the full life fails. And I think we're casting an ult here, yeah. So this should be GG. At this point, really, really easy game. I'm not saying their team is obviously good. They put a good bit of work into their stuff, but again, we're just countering it. So, I actually had a discussion with a guy on Reddit who was basically saying Delita is crap, and like people shouldn't have pulled on him and whatnot. I don't agree with that at all, and not just for Delita. I mean, I'm looking at comps and stuff that people are posting. Where, actually, here's the best one, right? So yesterday, a guy on Reddit posted this non-UR PvP team with a Shazam taking advantage of Charm, and it was hilarious to watch. You should look it up. It'll be in, it should still be in today or yesterday's videos on YouTube, but it was good fun. So I'm going to pause again anyway. We'll find our next opponent. Okay, so here we go. This one should be pretty easy. I'm kind of actually... I feel like cheating here a little bit because the units are lower, but at this rank I just want the guaranteed wins. I do want to get into the top 100 again, and I want to really see how my team fares there. And I kind of want to see what the top 100 is actually using this week. So have a gander, and it'll be kind of interesting. We should absolutely destroy this. I think we're going to absolutely mosh the Delita again, and our Warrior of Light is going to be able to just soak up anything from this side of the screen. So yeah, he's going to run in. He's gone next Ildyra turn, and I think Afgharian's going to go down pretty quickly from Warrior of Light as well. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, okay, wow. So good. And what I like about this comp is every single battle, Ildyra tends to hang back and actually lets my tank. And one of the issues I had with, like, say, Ayaka was she'd get really close up into the fight a lot of the time. And you can play around that by turning certain stuff off, but you don't always want to turn certain stuff off either. So I feel like Ildyra, like, I don't think I've even turned anything off on her. She just works really well out of the box, generally anyway. So yeah, again, I'm going to pause and find our next opponents. Okay, so once again, this is actually a little bit different. We have a counter on 2 of their units, so I'm hoping if Delita doesn't go down quickly, which, you know, the Victoria might actually get in range pretty fast and do something shiesty. And she can also do some pretty good damage to my wall, but I'm hoping that this is actually going to be a kind of long battle, and I'm going to get to see Ildyra kind of really shine from a support role, because today she's just really been doing damage. She hasn't even needed to heal, so let's see what happens here. I also don't want to lose, but I want to see, like, the more teams that we can beat, the better this is, because as I said before, once you're in the top 100, it just becomes a case of farming the same team again and again for a few tries, and then when you move up, you just find the next one. So yeah, more options available, the better. So let's have a look at what happens here. We should get the CT up. Now, what I don't understand is why she doesn't actually run over and CT plus the 2 of them. It's kind of a bit funny, but I guess that's just how her AI is. Not the end of the world, though. This could be scary. Thank God she didn't die. At least our Warrior of Light will be able to get out now and soak up a lot. And we'll get a quick heal. I am a little bit scared, though, of this. Okay, no, I'm not. Okay, so huge heal in there. That's like an Ayaka ult, but we didn't actually waste the Ayaka ult, so that's why I like using Ildyra instead now. And she actually soaked up quite a good bit of damage there, very respectable amount. But their Victoria is really far away at the moment, and she's really kind of let the team down. And she's just walked into a Delita destruction, so not great for her. That is annoying, but it's not going to be enough to turn the tide. Yeah. So Miranda is definitely one of those units that I think a lot of people underestimate, myself included. She's really good, and I would have loved to have built her. In fact, I probably will build her one day, because sure, she's not limited. I got a couple of her pulls off banner. So yeah, but just as I'm always saying, you know, you only get so many resources in this game, and it is difficult to decide what you want to build sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to find our last opponent now. Okay, so I think we'll finish up with a Mediana team, because that's kind of what we specialize in killing. I had a look at the VCs. They have Trosu and stuff, but I don't think they're going to do. They're going to do 2. As long as they can't kill the Delita in one shot, sure. That's the main thing, right? So fingers crossed that they won't. We do get the little bit of a 10 spirit off the Mediana TMR, so that generally I find is enough to keep us alive. And once he survives one shot, it's all over, because he'll kill the Mediana in one shot himself without fail. She had a Sage's hat though, so if she dodges, that could actually turn the tide of the fight, but I'm hoping not. So at least we got 2 CTs up this time. That was a bit better. Although, having said that, I don't want my Delita to run in too far, because he'll be in trouble. But we basically completely skipped Mediana's turn, I think, there. So this could be a little bit scary, but just not enough. And we'll heal right back up anyway, so it's no big deal. And they're grouped for a really big AoE. And with that, the fight is basically over, because Ildyra is just going to keep healing us. And notice how, like, she stays right back. I just love to see that so much. Oh, the blind on the Delita is quite good. That's smart. Is it going to be enough? Yeah. So wait, it missed, but it applied the stop. Okay, that's a mechanic I didn't actually know was possible. Very interesting though. Doesn't really matter anyway, because the game is well over. Yeah, so that's basically what I'm using Ildyra with. I, I mean, you can see it yourself. She's really good. We're in the top 200 already, and I'm kind of tempted to go again. I don't know if I'm going to do it now because I think all my viz is premium viz, so I don't really want to burn through that. But I think when I finish my daily quests, we might actually. Do you know what? Maybe I'll fly off, get my 50 viz from the daily quests, and we'll do a few more. Okay, so we are back. I did manage to get another 100 viz through doing my dailies. And I'm thinking of fighting this team. I'm always afraid of Killfay teams because the energy buster or blast or whatever that AoE thing is so unpredictable. But we are kind of trying to, beat a load of different comps. So I think we're gonna go against this and just see how we fare. I really don't want to lose the win streak, but it's nothing spectacular. So if we do, we do. But it's all in the name of entertainment, right, and learning. So basically, I think our win condition here is to take out the Agrius before she does too much damage and before Killfay manages to navigate over to the side. I'm also a little bit worried that Killfay runs forward, which is probably going to bait my Ildyra to run forward, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully she'll use the ult instead. Yeah, perfect. We got to go first, so no problem there. And one thing worth noting about the CT ult from my Ildyra is it actually stacks, so you can go over like your 100 CT, and that's why even though my Warrior of Light didn't take a turn at first, he's able to go very, very quickly again. And this is useful because well, we got the stop out, but we also got to edge him forward, so it takes a lot of the pressure off. We did land a nice AoE there, and this should be another big AoE. And, again, I mean, these games are basically over before they even start. And it's not like we're fighting, cheap, crappy unit teams. Well, I shouldn't say crappy units, because obviously, everything's good for certain things. But these are big boy meta teams, and I'm flying through this. I mean, I'm not even spending that long, finding opponents, to be honest with you. I'm just having a look at 2 units or so, quick vision card glance. It's not too shabby. So yeah, I'll pause again and get in the next one. Okay, so again, pretty meta team, Warrior of Light, Ayaka, and they have Agrius with Bells, and a nice Odin Esper. So they're pretty tanky actually, but again, as I said last time, the Odin card's not going to do them too well at all, and I actually can't even remember what this card does, which is a bit silly of me, but actually I can check the party ability. So slash attack up. Yeah, okay. I don't know if that's worth it in this comp, but sure, let them do what they want to do. So let's go try our luck here. And again, I always want to stress, with an Ayaka on the team and an Agrius on the team, things can go wrong, Agrius can land some stops that just destroy you. Ayaka can do a lot of damage with her heals, she can enable her friends to do more damage. But I'm feeling fairly confident about it. I hope I don't seem stupid and fuck this up now, but I'm feeling fairly confident about this. So let's just see what happens. AP auto restore. It's funny because there was a time where I was terrified of teams with this. I thought it was basically a guaranteed win, but it's not really. I mean, if it's a war of attrition, then maybe. But I find with this comp they go down so quickly that it's not too scary at all. And we get a little bit of damage out there. Agrius will probably try to stop us, but didn't get it there, so that's okay. Let's just see what happens, how this plays out. So, unfortunately, their tank is doing what he should be doing, and he landed actually a stop on us, which is quite disgusting. And this could be a little bit of a problem, but we'll see. Basically, I need my Warrior of Light to tank up again, but I don't think he's going to do that due to his AI. So we're just going to keep healing and hope we can live it out. But she's looking at my Ildyra, and I don't like that. Thank God that didn't kill us. She's just about tanky enough not to. So we get one more heal, and we should. Oh Christ, this is so tense. I don't know. I actually don't know how this is going to go. Oh God, no. Okay, now we're in Trouble Town. We have hit their tank a lot, so hopefully, yeah, we didn't even get the stop though. But as you can see, just because you got the elemental advantage, it does not guarantee the win, and we have lost this. So I am always a little bit cautious of coming up against an Agrius just as much as you should be when you're coming up against a Delita, because he can do the same thing. I think I'll skip through this. I can't skip. I can. Because, you know, I don't want to see myself get hammered very slowly, and I don't think... Well, maybe some of you do, but yeah. So that's a bit of a shame. We lost one there. I'll find our next opponent. Okay, so again, pretty meta team. We've got Warrior Light, we've got Orlando, and we've got Delita. And we're basically hoping to take out the Delita pretty quickly here. Orlando has Bells, which I'm a little bit wary of because he can do some pretty big AoE and he could clip our Ildyra. But you know what, we'll just see how it goes. I think if I had Hate Down boots or whatever the accessory is, I think it's from Ketone or something like that. If I had that for my Ildyra, I'd use that in a heartbeat because I think with how she stays back as well, she's just going to be very, very safe against these kind of comps. Orlando's going to be very fast as well, which is also something to maybe worry about. And there's the AP Auto Restore. We'll just see what happens. Who knows? Who knows, right? So at least we'll get some nice CT, and this will enable our tank to go before their tank. And if their tank was badly kind of built, maybe he'd like act in a slightly different way. So let's get our water, and he actually survived that, which is quite surprising. To be honest, I didn't think that was going to be within the realms of possibility. We take a lot of damage there, but we managed to stop him. And this is basically... Oh, we got double stop, actually. So we will... God, this is so tense. We'll get a big heal up, but ideally, I don't know if that's what I actually wanted. I could still lose this, very, very possible, especially now that my healer's down. I really, really, really need the Delita to just get his ass into gear and start killing off these teams. He is now back, and yeah, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. Let's see what happens here. The only way I see this winning is if we burn all the hate off the tank and we land a good stop strike on the Delita. Which I don't know, we'll see. I'm getting scared. And that crush accessory is absolutely not what we wanted to happen to us because we need to get some attacks off. We do also have the chance of confusion though, which is nice, but I don't think it's going to do too much for us. Yeah, that's typical. We get confused. Maybe we'll get a crystal, right? Maybe we'll get a crystal. We got defense up. Come on. So that's one stop. Not quite enough though. Oh, I don't think we can win this. No. Oh well. Sure, that is what it is, right? Let's try again. Climb is slowed down a bit. I'll pause and find the next team. Okay, so here we go. We need a... Oh, I need to swap my position here. We need a little cheeky win, so we're going to go after Kydix here. Who I think we should be able to bully just a little bit with our setup. I'm actually at the point already where losses don't move my position up at all. And we're not even in the top 100 yet. So, like, even when you're lower down and you lose, you still kind of see yourself fly up the ranks a bit. That's not happening anymore, which is to be expected. But let's see how this... I mean, if I lose this, then I think I'm going to start banging my head and questioning my own life choices. We started off very strong, but again, if we were being sensible, you know, we kind of pick the same comps that we know we could beat with the same kind of cards, but we're kind of experimenting here, so I'm going to give myself just a little bit of leeway there. I am still afraid of Orlando, and I hope I don't run forward. No, thank God she didn't. That was good. So, let's see what happens here. Sentinel is going to eat a lot of our stuff, which is a bit disappointing. But it didn't do too much for Holy. So again, yeah, we can survive these Mediana ults really easily, which is nice. And Orlando, start putting in the punishment. But this is okay, we've got enough AoE to kind of play this. And also back up to our heals. And when we get our Esper leveled up more, and we get a bit of level on our stuff and all our jobs maxed, we're going to start seeing those heals being a lot more potent. There we go, boom boom. And I have to say, Mont is an absolute tank here. I mean, you can't dismiss him. Obviously, the magic tears through him a little bit, but you can't write Montauk. You can still you go in under the wrong circumstances, and you're rolling ones. Whatever he's paired with, that can tear you up. Just shows like an MR does not mean it can't do the job well. So a little bit more climb to pause again, find our next opponent. Be right back. Okay, so last one here. I should just check the setup, I guess. Kaleido. I mean, this is a little bit scary, to be honest. Actually, do you know what? I don't know if I want to do this, because that's the luck card, isn't it? Yeah. That Orlando could be Dodge City. Oh, God. I don't know. I'll do it because we want to see how we go. And we do have an elemental advantage, but I'm not expecting our Ildyra to hit Rain too hard, because he is still a magic tank, and he is the best magic tank, arguably. Maybe Fryevia sometimes a little bit better at taking hits. It depends kind of on what you're against. But yeah, he's arguably very, very strong at that one particular thing. And also, if he's a damage tank, or if he's damagey, we're kind of fucked as well. So, I think we might skip Orlando's turn. Well, not skip it, but I think my Warrior of Light... Yeah, perfect. Okay, that's what we want, because I want Orlando to... Acquired AP attack here, that's predictable enough. Okay. So let's just see how this plays out. Good, really getting the... Oh, that's lovely. Stop is just so strong, and they don't have an Ayaka to counterplay it, so... That's all good. And now, see how they always bunch up? Like, this is exactly what we want to see. Silence doesn't really help us too much, although it does stop Rain from casting the fire magic spells, and I think that's what's actually going to damage our tank the most. Disable's quite nasty, but it's a little bit too little too late, I think. So yeah, we'll take out the Agrius, and yeah, I don't think Rain's going to do too much. Tanked that Wartaga pretty nicely, though. I have to give him respect for that. So there we go. That's 10 arena matches against a pretty varied comp of enemies. I think this team is really, really good. I think, you know, there's a bit of swapping around you could do. So you could use Rain or Fryevia as a magic tank if you want to be more magic focused. I think Delita, as much as I love him, you could swap him out for an Orlando. Maybe you'd have to be a little bit more wary of the Agrius matchups then. But obviously Orlando is a one-man army, so you know he's pretty good. I think you could do a lot. There's a lot of like flexibility with this, but basically I think I'm going to be keeping Ildyra in my comp for a long, long time. Maybe until that new Lightning Archer or Sniper comes out, that's out in JP and paired with Freda. Then we might have to kind of reconsider things. But I hands down prefer, for my playstyle, using Ildyra over Ayaka. As you can see, a lot of the time our units don't die because she's able to burst out those quick heals, and I just think she's so strong. And I mean, look, I'm not good at this game. I make loads of mistakes, and the first to admit that, and I get things wrong. But everybody like who kind of touted this as a farming character, I think her value for what I like to do, obviously she's going to be great at farming, but I think I value her more in the arena and live PvP. So yeah. Listen, if you like my videos, I don't normally ask this, but if you like them, give them a like and a subscribe. I'm a small-time content creator, so at this point, like, one follow is kind of a big deal to me. It really, really makes my day. If you don't like it, tell me why. Tell me what you want to see more of. Tell me if I talk too much. I know I've got a bad habit of doing that. And finally, I put this in the comments, but just in regards to the music I play over the last few videos, this is from an artist called Erutan, also known as Kate the Great back in the day, and I really like her stuff. She does a lot of kind of Final Fantasy and JRPG music that doesn't have lyrics, and she actually puts her own lyrics towards them, and she plays all her own instruments. It's really nice stuff, a little bit different than what I'd usually listen to, but very relaxing, very peaceful. I hope, I doubt you're watching this every time, but I hope you don't mind me using your music if I credit it. I did send you a mail just asking, but I never heard back. But yeah, anyway, listen, thanks for watching as always. Best of luck. Fruit Guru out.